in fuel that we're going to lower. It truly is. This is what frustrates me so much about being in government, knowing how easy it would be. If the government wanted our lives better tomorrow, is state government. If our state government wanted to make it easier for us to live with gasoline because we're paying too much, if they wanted to fix it tomorrow, they could.
Yes.
If they wanted to lower the price of gas, they could. Business owners in here? Very good. I'm sure you're very happy with California. California said no one. Cali said no business, that's for sure. I will tell you this, across the country, there is no Monday morning meeting at any business board meeting where they're coming around the table and they're trying to find ways to expand their business, increase profits, hire more people, open up another business, and someone comes up and says, I've got it, I know what the solution is. We need to move to California.
No one.
Oh, man.
No one is saying that. They used to. California used to be the place where everyone wanted to move to. And we have changed that to be the place where everyone knows you can't go, and the businesses here, we are losing them. We are losing them every single year. We are losing not only small businesses, we are losing big businesses. And it is because, if you ask them, all you have to do is ask them. They're all friends. I've reached out to all you have to do is Google what companies have gone in the last 5 years, and a list comes up. And you can contact them. I've contacted them. Why did you leave? And none of them said, because I didn't like California. None of them said, because the people in California are horrible. Every single one of them. It's two answers. It's two very simple answers. Taxes and regulation. That's it. So, how do you bring them back? How do you encourage businesses to come? How do you make California the most business-friendly state in the country? You lower their taxes and you lower the regulation. Who's done it? Every state where our businesses are going to. The states that are thriving are business-friendly. Because in the end, economics 101, the more businesses you have, the more people are employed, the more consumer basis you have, the more consumer buying and selling and producing you have. And that's what raises your economy. Bottom line. And we've got roughly 43 million people in California that would absolutely love to stimulate the economy if state government would get out of their way. And that's all I'm going into this position for. I don't have a magic pen. I don't have a magic ball. I don't have a magic wand that we're going to make all of these things happen. What I do have is the ability to solve problems, the guts to make it happen, the intestinal fortitude to tell people no, tell them they are wrong, and the ability to just fix the problems for everyone else. I want absolutely nothing out of this position. I'm not getting anything from it. If you want to get really personal, and she's not here, so I can say it. Please don't tell her. A little secret. She hopes I don't win. Denise hopes I hope that I don't win, because she loves our life.
Yeah.
She loves where we are. She loves living in Riverside. She loves the job that I have. She loves the pay. This is going to be a massive pay cut for me to be the governor. I am doing this to keep my kids here, because here's the bottom line. I don't want to leave. This is my home. This was my dream, and I found it here. And I do not want to leave California. Here's my reality. If my kids leave, my grandkids leave. If my grandkids leave, I'm in trouble, because grandma's going with them. And where they land is going to be an awfully long commute for me if I don't go with them. So the easiest way to fix that is to get into a position where I can make our lives better so my kids stay here. And I can live out my retirement in peace and joy with my family, knowing that I did help my kids reach that California dream. And that's what I'm doing this for. It's plain, it's simple, and I'm telling you, it's going to be easy. We just have to hit with that. That's the bottom line. I'm only going to say this briefly because Sonia's going to say why it has to be the hardest working, most fierce woman in the world that wins her race.
Yeah.
But our education system truly is broken.
Yeah.
If you have children or if you have grandkids, we are adults, particularly the ones running the state, are absolutely failing our children. It is their job, it is our job to educate our kids, to make them, to teach them how to think, to teach them how to make themselves better, to educate them in how they are going to make themselves better, to be productive members of society, to be productive adults, to be good parents, to be good neighbors. All of those things, we are failing in our kids. They are not being educated. California, at one point, when I was young, when I was in school, California was the absolute best education system in the country. And I got in trouble a few weeks ago for saying, and a teacher, she was only there to see what I had to say, to criticize me about. I said we were the last in the country. And she was very angry that I said last in the country. And she actually wasn't a school teacher, she was an administrator, which makes a huge difference. And she was saying I was lying. We're not last in the country, we're 48th. And yes, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And then so I had to get my last word in. And so knowing is what happened in the education system. We were failing so bad years ago that people were starting to get so frustrated. The education system took away test scores. So there actually isn't, they just made up being 48 because they didn't want to be 50. There's no proof that they're 48. We know that our kids are at the bottom of the list in education, in reading, and writing, and math, and in science, and all of those things. But I'll tell you where they are going that they're proud of. Gender ideology. That's what they're teaching our kids. They're brainwashing our kids. So us as adults that have raised kids, if you have, thank you very much for hopefully raising productive members of society. But myself, I will tell you that as my kids were growing up, the number one rule of a parent, especially when your kids are leaving the house and coming back, there are no secrets.
Right.
You don't keep secrets from mom and dad. And we have an education system right now that is teaching kids to keep secrets from their parents and grooming them away from their family. That absolutely has to stop. With Sonia winning, I know it will. I will tell you as the governor, the only thing that I can influence in our education system is the money. I can control where the money goes. I can control that we will have a voucher system in California.
Yes.
I can control that we will have not only a voucher system so you can pick the schools that your kids go to. It can be a private school, it can be a charter school, and we're already finding that the results, it can be the homeschool. We will have an educated, young society in California that is going to grow up and take our place and make this place even better. And it starts while we're young. We have to start caring about our kids. And we will have the best education system. As your governor, I can promise you that there will never, ever be another boy and girl sports. Yeah. For all of you dads, this is what's just absolutely infuriating to me, especially if you're a dad of a girl, which I am. It blows me away that we are in a state where adults are even having this conversation. I just learned that and this is the only thing, as I was told, the person that told me said that they watched it on TV, but they couldn't remember the school district that it happened in. And the board that voted on it, it was to keep allowing boys and girls locker rooms. And it passed, and it was the men that voted for it. The women on the board voted against it. So the moms are protecting their kids, and the failures of dads are not protecting their girls. I will tell you that never, and this is the extreme, this is 9th grade. It's 9th to 12th, it's 14 to 18. There will never be another 14-year-old girl that is subjected to an 18-year-old young man being naked in her locker room. It's not going to happen. Sanity is going to be put back into our government sanity is going to start protecting our kids. Sanity is going to start protecting our businesses, our business owners, and most importantly, Californians. And I'm going to close by this, but I'm going to ask, as long as it's okay, I'll answer questions if that's possible.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to close just by saying that this is going to be very, very likely and possible. And this isn't coming from me, this is coming from the Democrats that are running against me. They are absolutely terrified that I'm in this race and that the polling that they are doing, that they're not releasing because I'm beating them. And we just have to make sure that we take advantage of this. We are in an environment in California where sanity finally is ruling the day. And we can make a difference. We can make it happen. And this is what I will tell you. I'm guessing that the majority of the people in here are conservative Republicans. I don't want to insult anybody, but I am not running this race or going to win this race for Republicans. I am not doing it for Democrats. I am not doing it for independents. I am doing it for Californians. Because political identity is destroying our beautiful state. The reality of this election is that I need this state, the majority of this state, to do something that they haven't done in decades, and that's vote for a Republican. I will not lie. I will not change my voter registration or my beliefs or my ethics and my integrity, compromise my integrity to try and win a vote. I am a very fiscally conservative Republican, and that is how I will run. I need to convince a minimum, this is numbers, 15% of Democrats in California have to vote for me.
Okay.
It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. The numbers that we are pulling, the numbers that we are targeting, we know it's going to happen. It's going to take everyone's help. It's going to take not only all of the Republicans to vote for me, the majority of the independents, but 15% of Democrats to vote for me. And we're going to use the public safety agenda, the public safety mantra to make it happen. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter if I lower the cost of gas. It doesn't matter that, I forgot to tell you this, by the end of my second term, you will love me in the first term. By the end of my second term, there will no longer be a sales tax in California. There are 10 states in the country that do not have a state income tax. Why is California not one of them? We have the strongest economy. We have the largest economy. Why is government taking all of your money, blowing it in places that we have absolutely no idea where, and then just asking for more of your money? I believe that you can stimulate this economy with your money better than the government can, and we are going to allow you to keep it. Okay, so questions? Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Sheriff. So I wanted to know, what is your vision for improving gun rights in the state of California, and specifically worst case scenario? I mean, every scenario for me is you are the next governor, of course, but that you still have a Democratic legislature. So what can you do in that, even that worst case scenario, to improve gun rights in the state of California?
Yeah, so just for the question, yes, the question was, what am I going to do to restore gun rights in California and to kind of save the direction that California is taking, right? California government.
Yeah, and improving it even if you're facing a hostile legislature
And facing
still.
a hostile legislature. So that is going to be the truth. The number one pessimist response is, you have a Democrat legislature, you're not going to get anything done. So a dirty little secret of Riverside County is, I'm in a Democrat county, it's predominantly Democrat, and my board of supervisors is 4-1 Democrat. I am in a hostile environment in Riverside County. And I am in Riverside County, based on what I do for the county, what I do for our residents, I am polling from Democrats. I am the most popular politician in Riverside County history. And that is with a board that doesn't believe in the things that I do, but it's how we fix it. So I'm not going into a hostile legislature and making it hostile. I will just go in with facts and say, if you want a bill passed, you will pass my bill. If you want another bill passed, how many in here think that we need any more laws? As the sheriff of the second largest sheriff's department in the state of California, I will tell you, we don't need one more law. We have laws, we need to enforce our laws. They're all there. We need some tweaks, we need some changes, and those are the things that I'm going to fix. But what we don't need is 2,000 more new ones in California that harm us. So if they want something passed, I will have my list of bills that you better fix this one because I ain't signing it until this one comes with me. And I don't want to say negotiation because I don't want to copy what President Trump is doing and the things that he says, but that's really how government's supposed to work. If you want this from me, I'm going to get this from you. And here's the deal. The power of veto is huge. I have the power of veto. And this is what they're afraid of. I know how it works. I know when the legislation ends, and I'm not afraid of work. So I'm not going to look at one of the bills that I will, but I'm not going to sign one of the bills that they put forward to me until the very last day. They're getting things signed in March, April, May, June, July. They will get it on the very last day because the very last day, the way legislation works is if I veto, a supermajority can override. But they have a time limit. They can only do it in a certain time limit. If I give them 15 minutes to override 4,000 bills, they aren't getting any of them through. So it's going to be a negotiation, and I will tell you this, as a law enforcement professional, 32 years, there is not one of the recent gun laws, we'll say 15 years, there is not one gun law that has been passed that has made you safe. Not one. Gun laws do not keep you safe. Gun laws prevent you from protecting yourself. Gun laws enable criminals to victimize us. A gun is not the enemy. People are the enemy. And we need to concentrate on the true root cause of what the death was or what the problem was or any of those things. Because it certainly isn't the gun. I'm extremely pro-2A. I am extremely pro-gun. I know that guns aren't the problem, people are. And we will make sure that the people are taken care of and these ancillary things in this political agenda is stopped and reversed from a lot of the things that are happening. It's interesting, yesterday, I don't know if anyone's paying attention to gun laws, but we have had one of the laws in California was the massive tax you pay on ammunition and having to do a background check to buy a box of ammunition. And the most liberal court in the land, the Ninth Circuit, just ruled that that's unconstitutional. So we will just continue that. Yes, ma'am.
Will you have on your agenda a goals for California?
Yes, and this is.
So the question was, would he have a Doge program?
If you didn't hear the question, will you have a Doge on your agenda? Yes, but we have to call it something different because Doge is a trigger word now.
Unfortunately.
So we know how much the federal government is wasted because it was shown to us the massive fraud, the massive abuse, and the money that is just missing. We also heard about in our last budget cycle for California that they have billions, tens of billions of dollars that have just absolutely disappeared. So 24 billion is what they can account for. That's 10% of our budget. 10% of our budget is not accounted for. So think of your own checkbook. If you have $1,000 in your checkbook, I guarantee you know where 100 of it is. And if 100 of it is missing, you're going to find it and get it back. Our state government says, I have no idea. Don't know where I'm at. 10%. So I know, and I can tell you, it is absolutely completely wasted. We have a legal money laundering scheme to take our taxpayer money and funnel it to nonprofits, to NGOs, to places that are just pocketing billions, and the service that we get is nothing. In the last 10 years, the size of our state government, our operational budget has doubled from $160 billion to $330 billion. Have you gotten twice the service from your government?
No.
Absolutely not. So here's a hard truth that I can't lie about. I can't act like I'm not going to do it, because I am, because you asked me the question, I'm going to tell you the truth. Government has to be slashed in size. Government should not be the #1 employer in the state of California, because government is providing us nothing. Private should be the #1 employer. So the size of government is going to shrink drastically, which is going to make it easier to stop taking your taxpayer money and get rid of the taxes. What will be easy, so the massive no state income tax is going to take minimum of 4 to 8 years. It's going to take that long to figure it out and get it done. But what is not going to take that long is retirement income will not be taxed. That will be an easier fix. That will be an easy fix. So any retirement income in California, not taxed. What we're finding now is we work for our entire lives, provide ourselves with a good, solid retirement, and then we have to say, no, now I'm going to have to find a different state to live in because I can't afford to live here. That's not going to be anymore.